everyone, it's Chandra. I'm gonna go show you a quick recipe for quinoa and brown rice. You will not be disappointed with this. So I have 2 bags of quinoa and brown rice. With that, I'm gonna use the herbs from my garden, 2 pieces of sage, basil, parsley, shallots, and onion, and garlic and pepper. And I'm gonna go ahead. I don't have fresh vegetables, but I'm going to go ahead and use frozen vegetables, and it's just as good. So let's go ahead. So in a non-stick pan, you're going to use a couple of tablespoons of olive oil, and you're going to go ahead and toss in your onions and give those a quick toss. You want them to break up nicely before adding your garlic. So let's get this going, and then I'll show you when I put the garlic in. Once your onion starts breaking down, you want to go in with your garlic and give that a quick toss. As your garlic is breaking down along with your onions for after 2 minutes, maybe a minute and a half, you want to go in with your fresh herbs. Give that a quick toss, and then give that another minute or 2, and then we'll put our quinoa in. Once your herbs, onions, and garlic has been sauteing after a good 4 minutes, you want to go in with your frozen vegetables. So let them get started on the cooking process. Give that a quick toss, and then we'll put the quinoa in actually. Once your vegetables and herbs and seasoning has been broken down, you want to go in and put in the quinoa and brown rice. And I must say, guys, this is like a quick go-to weeknight dinner. I usually make this with a side of salmon, a grilled salmon, or any type of fish you like. But I usually do this plain. Sometimes I put in shrimp, and it's a great dish for dinner. So I'm going to give this a quick toss up. Add maybe a pinch of salt just for taste, and that would be it. Give this a good 5 minutes of cooking, and then I'll show you the end product. So look how yummy this is looking right now. So you have your fresh herbs, your onion, and your garlic and pepper with your frozen vegetables or fresh vegetables, whichever you prefer. I don't have them right now, so I use my frozen vegetables. This quinoa and brown rice is my go-to staple in my pantry on a weeknight when you're home late, when you come home late and you want to make a quick dinner. This would be it. You can always pair this up with any type of fish. I usually grill salmon or saute some shrimp on the side. If you have any meats, that chicken breast is also a great thing to have with this dish. So this is it. After 5 minutes, your quinoa and brown rice is finished sauteing. I'm going to go ahead and plate this up, and I'm going to finish up dinner. So here you are. Vegetable, quinoa, and brown rice. Okay guys, so with my quinoa and brown rice, I'm making a baked salmon. So I'm going to go ahead and give this a quick I went ahead and I washed the salmon. I already made my score for seasoning. And this is my seasoning that all I'm going to be using. So I have an onion just to put in between. I have fresh scallion from my garden. I have garlic and pepper. I have the Yoshida's original sweet and savory marinade sauce. I'm going to be putting in a Thai chili sauce, and for a little kick at the end, I'm just going to put in maybe a tablespoon of jerk seasoning. So in your baking sheet that you're going to be using for your salmon, what I had done with some of the onions, I had just cut them in little quarters, and I laid them underneath on the sheet of pan that you're going to bake the salmon on, and lay the salmon on top. That's going to be extra flavor, as well as it's going to be a great barrier for the skin not sticking to the sheet pan. It is a non-stick pan, but just in the event. So you're going to go ahead and turn the fish on skin side up, and we're going to give this a light brush with the seasoning. You want to make sure the skin gets seasoned very well. So that looks just about good. I'm going to go ahead and give this a flip and brush the sauce on the top of the salmon, and then show it back to you. So I gave this one coating on the salmon with this seasoning, and I'm going to go ahead with a second coating. You want to make sure everything gets really seasoned very well. Okay guys, I think this is just about ready to go in the oven. I have my oven heating up on 375, but I want my oven a little hot. Once the salmon goes in, I'm going to put it down for 375. I'm going to eyeball it maybe about 20 minutes, 20 to 25 minutes. So let's go. Just a quick tip before I pop this salmon in the oven for baking. I just made a cone-shaped foil wrap just to cover it so the fish gets a nice good steam. After about 2 to 3 minutes, I will be removing the foil wrap, and I'll go ahead and brush the seasoning on top of the salmon again, just so it gets really, really caramelized, and all that seasoning gets well into the salmon. So here guys, it's about 6 to 8 minutes into the cooking process. As you can see, the juices are all leaking out and the salmon is cooking very well. So let me go ahead and cover this back up, and we're going to give it another 5 minutes. So as my salmon was done, I'm putting it in my broiler for a quick 30 seconds to half of a minute. So here it is guys, after a good 15 to 20 minutes of cooking my salmon, and for about a minute or two under the broiler on high, my salmon is finished. I want to make sure it doesn't get stuck. So it's beautiful. So here it is guys, baked salmon with brown rice and quinoa. It's very delicious. The salmon is cooked perfectly. It's lovely and moist. The seasoning is perfect. And you could always pair it up with your favorite glass of wine. I'm pairing mine up with a white wine and a strawberry from my yard. I hope you guys enjoy and try it.